The following is a presentation of the Magnitude Sports Network.
And Anderson is going to launch for three. It's good!
Now it's game time. Let's head up to the broadcast booth for the pregame show right now on Magnitude Sports.
All right, welcome. We're live here at the Barnesville Sports Arena, getting ready for this matchup between the team that's better overall versus the team that's better in the section. You got the 14-7 Barnesville Trojans taking on the 12-9 Pelican Rapids Vikings, but the Vikings have a better record in section play, and it's a section matchup tonight. The Vikings 8-6, the Trojans 6-6 when they play Section 8 AA opponents. Your Barnesville Senex pregame show, it starts in 30 seconds.
Barnesville Senex is your one-stop shop in Barnesville for gas, snacks, beverages, and more, including fresh Sandy's Donuts each day of the week. Barnesville Senex has the Caribou Coffee Kiosk open daily as well. Don't forget, you can pick up automobile supplies, and Barnesville Senex is your hunting and fishing license headquarters. Barnesville Senex. Call 218-354-2139 or stop in at 619 Front Street North in Barnesville. Barnesville Senex wishes the Trojans the best of luck in today's game.
All right, welcome back. Barnesville Sports Arena here. Mike Mason with you on the Magnitude Sports Network. Getting ready for this matchup between the 14-7 Barnesville Trojans and the 12-9 Pelican Rapids Vikings. Let's go ahead and take a look at these two teams side by side on paper. Matter of fact, let's just hold off. Let's pause on that a moment ago because I do want to bring you this other cool announcement. Today's game is a featured Bucks for Best game. Barnesville Education Scholarships for Tomorrow, also known as BEST, is run through the Barnesville Area Community Fund and awards Barnesville High School seniors scholarships each year. Tonight's game time sponsor is Agassiz Valley Gutter. Agassiz Valley Gutter will be donating $50 for every three-pointer that the hometown Barnesville Trojans make in today's game against the Pelican Rapids Vikings. And once again, thank you to Agassiz Valley Gutter. And Agassiz Valley Gutter says, let's go Trojans. So once again, $50 for every three-pointer made for the Barnesville Trojans tonight against the Pelican Rapids Vikings. Let's take a look at before we take a look at the visitors and the home team independently, let's just take a look at that Section 8 AA standings because in about 10 days from now, they'll release the Section 8 AA tournament bracket, and it's a 16-team tournament, so that means all but one of the teams in 8 AA will make that tournament because there's 17 on the boys' side. But right now, the Perm Yellow Jackets will be ranked in that number 1 spot, followed by Thief River Falls, number 2 or number 1 on the opposite side of the bracket, depending on how you want to look at it. DGF would be ranked 3, Holly 4, Pelican Rapids, we'll see here tonight, ranked number 5. If the season ended right now, the Pelican Rapids boys would have the number 5 slot in the upcoming Section 8 AA tournament. And then it'd be Wadena Deer Creek, and then the Barnesville Trojans would be in the number 7 spot if the season ended right now. And that, what I mean by right now is in this game doesn't get played, and then it would be 5 for the Vikings and 7 for the Trojans. Now, if the Trojans can pick up a win here tonight over the Pelican Rapids Vikings, that could shift some teams around in those standings. So that's why they play the games. That's why you don't get too deep into that. You just kind of brush the surface of what the tournament could potentially look like right here at this point in the season with a handful of games remaining. So Barnesville at 7, they're followed by East Grand Forks at 8, Red Lake at 9, Fergus Falls at 10, Crookston at 11, Park Rapids area at 11, Frazee at 12, Warroad at 13, Monaga at 14, and Roseau at 15 in a 16-team tournament. So I think I said there was 17, but there's only 15. So I guess we'll see. That would suggest to me that if Perm remains in the number 1 spot, that they might get a first-round bye. That way, because otherwise they'll have an uneven amount of matchups with only 15 teams in a 16-team tournament. So on the girls' side, there's 16 teams, so nobody will get a first-round bye. But I'm guessing somebody on the boys' side will get a first-round bye, considering the number of teams. So now these two teams here, though, Pelican Rapids 8-6 against 8AA opponents. They're 12-9 overall. They average just shy of 61 points a game while giving up 56 points a game. QRF value 77.5. That ranks them a QRF ranking of 59. They come into this one losing one in a row. For the Barnesville Trojans, 6-6 against Section 8AA opponents. 14-7 overall. They average a couple tenths shy of 70 points per game, while they give up just a couple tenths shy of 57 points a game. Their QRF value is 77.1, so just 0.4 less than the Pelican Rapids Vikings. That ranks the Barnesville Trojans at 60 on the QRF scale, which is a point higher than Pelican Rapids, who are ranked at 59. And the Trojans come into this matchup winning 2 in a row here tonight. We'll take another timeout. We'll take a little bit deeper look at these two teams side by side. We've got about 7 minutes before this one kicks off. We'll be back in a moment here on the Magnitude Sports Network. Ratzel's Pool Hall. You can find them at 205 Front Street in Barnesville. When you head over to Ratzel's Pool Hall, expect cold beverages, tasty and crispy pizza, as well as a friendly staff. Search for Ratzel's Pool Hall on Facebook. Give the page a like and follow so you can keep up to date with all the daily specials, new menu additions, and dates of special events such as karaoke and musical artists. Don't forget, if the Barnesville Trojans are playing, you can watch the game at Ratzel's Pool Hall. They invite you to stop by after the game. 205 Front Street in Barnesville, Ratzel's Pool Hall. Just a fun little place in a small town.
Your family, your friends, our community. At Midwest Bank of Barnesville, these cornerstones of family, friends, and community is the very heart of Midwest Bank. Whether it's help in expanding the family farm, building, remodeling, or purchasing your new home, or supporting our local schools, Midwest Bank is here because you are our family, you are our friends, and this is our community. Midwest Bank, banking your way on South Front Street, Barnesville. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
All right, welcome back to the Barnesville Sports Arena. Hope you're enjoying your evening so far. And a little bit chilly out there, but a lot warmer inside the Barnesville Sports Arena. And if you didn't make the trip here today, we encourage you to enjoy it from the comfort of your warm, cozy couch or wherever you may be watching from. We want to welcome in the folks watching at the live watch party tonight at Ratzel's Pool Hall, just down the road here from Barnesville High School. So thank you for tuning in. If you're watching, before you leave tonight, make sure you pay your tabs and tip your servers. That's the only two things I'm requesting. Let's take a look at your starting lineup. So start with the visiting Pelican Rapids Vikings. It'll be the 5'9 sophomore guard number 2, Trayvon Benson. A 5'11 sophomore forward number 10, Charlie Larson. A 6'2 senior forward number 11, Tanner Tullerud. A 6'2 senior forward number 20, Hunter Williams. And a 6'7" senior forward number 30, Ian Fay. So once again, it's Benson, Larson, Tullerud, Williams, and Fay for the Pelican Rapids Vikings tonight. And for the Barnesville Trojans, they'll start with the 5'11 junior guard, number 1, Zach Bredman, the 6' sophomore guard, number 2, Gannon Ballgreen, the 6'4 senior forward, number 10, Owen Riddle, and the 5'11 senior guard, number 11, Carson Hagan, alongside the 6'3 senior forward, number 15, Tate Iniger. As I mentioned a moment ago, the Pelican Rapids Vikings come into this one with an overall win-loss record of 12 wins, 9 losses. They are 8-6 in section play. They are 4-5 when they play Heart of Lakes Conference opponents. And on the road this season, they are 5-3 with 1-1 on a neutral court. With their QRF ranking, that ranks them 59 of 126 in 8AA and 201 of 410 in the state of Minnesota. While the Barnesville Trojans, 14-7 overall, 6-6 in section, 4-6 in Heart of Lakes Conference play. They are 7-3 when they play here at home, and they have a 3-0 record on neutral court. With their QRF ranking, it ranks them 60 of 126 in AA and 204 of 410 in the state of Minnesota. The Pelican Rapids Vikings started the season 5-0 with a 78-52 win over Norman County East Uline Hirdal, a 78-42 win over the Crookston Pirates, 67-60 over Park Rapids, And that Park Rapids game was on the road, as was the Norman County East game. Then they would come back home as 73-51 over Frazee, and a 44-41 victory at Concordia, a neutral court game against the Fergus Falls Otters on December 17th. And then they would drop a tough one on the road in Glendon, 2 points to the Rebels, 66-64, as Dorothy Glendon Felton would pick up the victory in that game to hand the Vikings their first loss of the season. After that, they would go to the Pelican Rapids tournament. They would win one and lose one. Win one over New York Mills, 74-49, and drop a close one to the West Central Area Knights, 64-62, to wrap up the 2022 portion of their basketball schedule. And then they would kick off 2023 with a win on the road, 64-59 over the Green Wave in East Grand Forks. And then they would go on a short losing skid, 3 in a row, at Perham, at Hawley, and home against Oak Grove, 64-29, 57-53, and 58-52, respectively. And then last time these two teams played, it was in Pelican Rapids back on January 17th, and they'd pick up the win over the Trojans, 66-52. Since that matchup with Barnesville back on January 17th, they would win 3 in a row over Breckenridge, Frazee, and Wadena Deer Creek, and then they would lose 3 in a row, Thief River Falls, Sauk Center, and DGF. And then they would pick up a 67-63 win on the road at Monoman Waubin on Saturday, February 11th. Their next game against Perham was postponed. And then I think that game's coming up later this week, actually. I'd have to double-check their schedule. I'm not sure on that one. But whenever it's played, I think it's still coming up. And then after the postponed game, they would fall 69-63 to the Hawley Nuggets at home in Pelican Rapids. That brings them into tonight's game against Barnesville. After tonight, they have 3 more games, 2 on the road, 1 at home. At Breckenridge, at Ada Borup, and then they finish off the regular season March 3rd at home against the Hillcrest Lutheran Academy. I think they're the Comets or the Rockets. I don't remember. So let's just pretend that I didn't say anything there. Barnesville, they started the season with that opening night win here at home over Breckenridge. And then they would finish up 2022 with wins against Central Minnesota Christian and McRae. The Barnesville Trojans, just like the Pelican Rapids, started the season 5-0 before getting their first loss, and both of those losses against top 3 teams in 8AA. Pelican Rapids' first loss to DGF, Barnesville's first loss on the road at Perham. Coming into this game, they have won 4 of their last 5. Or, if you want to be a little bit more optimistic, they have won 6 of their last 8 coming into this one tonight. After tonight, they are on the road at West Central Area and Border West, and then they go to Frazee, and then they come back home to wrap up the regular season on March 3rd against East Grand Forks. We'll take a timeout, come back with your opening tip and your on-floor starting lineups as the national anthems coming up next here on the Magnitude Sports Network.
Established in 1989, the charitable mission of Barnesville Booster Club is to support local charities and organizations, especially those involving kids and youth. Learn more about the Barnesville Booster Club by following the Barnesville Booster Club Facebook page, where you can get more information on member drives, upcoming events, and more. You can also learn more by contacting the Barnesville High School office, and the Barnesville Booster Club can also be followed on Twitter. The Barnesville Booster Club wishes the Trojans the best of luck this sports season. Go Trojans!
The Trojan Takedown Club. It supports Barnesville wrestling on all levels, and it meets on the second Wednesday of each month at Ratzo's Pool Hall in Barnesville. You can support the Barnesville wrestling program by contacting anyone at the Trojan Takedown Club. Choose a bronze or a silver or even a gold sponsorship. If interested in a sponsorship, email trojantakedownclub@gmail.com. Do it today. All right, welcome back. Barnesville Sports Arena, the Trojans and the Vikings. It's time for your starting lineups. We'll turn it over to our PA announcer.
The visitors on the scoreboard, the Pelican Rapids Vikings. Trayvon Benson. Number 10, Charlie Larson. Number 11, Tanner Tollerud. Number 20, Hunter Williams. And number 30, Ian Fay. The Vikings are coached by John Gullingsrud. Assistant coaches are Adam Johnson, Dave Runn, and Derek Nelson.
All right, so once again, it's Benson, Larson, Tollerud, Williams, and Fay, your starters for the Vikings, and now for the Barnesville Trojans.
All right, Barnesville fans, it's time to get on your feet as we introduce your Trojans. Number 1, a 5'11" junior, Zach Bredman. Number 2, a 6-foot sophomore, Gannon Baldgreen. Number 10, a 6'4" senior, Owen Riddle. Number 11, a 5'11" senior, Carson Hagan. And finally, number 15, a 6'3" senior, Tate Iniger. The Trojans are coached by Matt Askergard. Assistant coaches are Jensen Beachy and Adam Constance.
All right, there you have it. Bredman, Ballgreen, Riddle, Hagan, and Iniger, your starters for the Barnesville Trojans. And once again, it's Benson, Larson, Tollerud, Williams, and Fay for the Pelican Rapids Vikings. Let's put 18 minutes onto the clock and get ready to go in this one here. It's a battle of the Heart of Lakes Conference foes. It's a battle of Section 8 AA foes. Pelican Rapids currently ranked 5, Barnesville currently ranked 7. And this game could play a definite role in shaking things up a little bit in that upcoming Section 8 AA tournament. As Pelican Rapids with 3 games, Barnesville I think 5 games after this one. And we're underway here at the Barnesville Sports Arena. And the opening tip is won by the Pelican Rapids Vikings. And I see we got to reset our scoreboard here, so give me a moment to do that. That's Gannon Ballgreen with a missed shot. All right, we almost have our scoreboard reset. Usually I have that done, but today I got really busy and I must have forgot to do that, so my apologies. All right, 4-0 lead here for the Pelican Rapids Vikings. And our clock's only about 3 seconds off. Not bad for doing everything with nothing to monitor. Nice block shot out of bounds there out of Ian Fay, who's skying up high there for that block shot. Referee will pause, tie his shoe. I think that's the first time in 2,000 games that I've seen a referee need to pause, tie his own shoe. I've seen players have to do it before, but in 2,000 games, that's a first. There's a first for everything, you could say. So baseline inbounds pass here as Bredman will look to fire it in. He'll lob it up for Owen Riddle. Riddle now ball green and into the corner. Gets it back to Riddle. Riddle being guarded there by Williams. Riddle with a bounce pass. Hagen will chase it down, and he'll lob a pass back to Ballgreen. Ballgreen will try and split defenders, and by doing so, he draws a foul.
Fouls on the Vikings, number 11, Tanner Tollerud. His first personal foul, team's first.
Hunter Williams and Charlie Larson are responsible for the 4 points for Pelican Rapids. Just to update you on that. Iniger bounces it here for Bredman. Bredman, he went toward the hoop. It looked like he was going to do like an overhand floater, and he got fouled again. So that'll earn him a trip to the free throw line. It's our first trip to the free throw line tonight.
His first personal foul, team second. Subbing in for the Vikings, number 23, Luke Sholey, and number 32, Miguel Torres.
Inbounds pass for Bredman. Bredman will lob it in for Iniger. Iniger up against the double team, will power his way to the opposite side of the basket, and the shot is blocked, and now a whistle. And I believe there's a foul on Barnesville coming up here.
Fouls on the Trojans, number 11, Carson Hagen. His first personal foul, team's first.
Near steal there, but Fake will pull up from the free throw line and hit. 6-0 here in favor of the Pelican Rapids Vikings on a quick start so far here by the Vikes. Here's Bredman with it. Bredman has his pass intercepted by Hunter Williams. Hunter Williams up court quickly, and Faye scores again. That three-point attempt is off the mark. So both teams officially 0 for 1 from the three-point line. As they work it up top there for Miguel Torres, number 32, into the lineup here for the Vikings. They'll push out in the corner. That's Torres with a three. I believe it's Charlie Larson on the assist on that three there, and that will bring us to a timeout. Barnesville finds themselves down 11-0 here. They'll have the ball after this 30-second timeout. The Purple Goose Eatery and Drinkery, located at 310 Front Street South in Barnesville, open every day from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m., 7 days a week. Burgers, salad, pizzas, sandwiches, they got you covered. Daily specials on all food and beverage items on the menu as well. They're located, once again, 310 South Front Street, Barnesville, 2 blocks from Barnesville Senior High School. Order online, purplegoose2go.com, or text your order to 218-321-1963. All right, welcome back. 14-16 and counting to go here. As Bredman will bring it up, the Vikings fans will chant defense. Bredman now over to Ballgreen. Ballgreen will get a screen from Iniger. Hand it off there for Hagen. And now Riddle has it on the baseline. He'll float one back out. Ballgreen for a three. Yes, he got it. And the Barnesville Trojans are on the board out of the timeout there.
With that three-pointer, Anthony Valley Gunner will donate $50 to the best scholarships.
And that pass intercepted. So 1 turnover per side here so far. And that'll be a charging foul. Yes, it will.
Fouls on the Trojans. Number 1, Zach Bredman. His first personal foul, team second. Subbing in for the Trojans, number 40, Ryan Suter.
So it's
For
the
Vikings, number 22.
Pelican Rapids Vikings 11 and Gannon Ballgreen 3, and that three-pointer by Ballgreen's a $50 deposit into the best scholarship fund from thanks to our game time sponsor Agassi Dranга. Back the other way, falling down, and the ball's loose, and it's picked up by Ballgreen, and he's all alone, and he went a little strong, but Riddle was there for the rebound. So Riddle makes it an 11-5 game. So after an 11-0 start by the Vikings, it's now a 5-0 run here for the Barnesville Trojans. And that one nearly turned over again off a kicked ball. The Vikings will maintain possession up top for Torres. Torres will drive in towards the hoop. He'll spin out of a double team and he'll miss the shot off the back iron. Rebound there by Charlie Larson, who can't get it to go. And now Riddle will bring down the rebound up court quickly to Zach Bredman. Bredman will dribble out to the near elbow. Up top now for Wyatt Suter. I believe that's Suter. Yes. Iniger lost it off his knee, and it's going to go back to the Vikings. 12:32 to go here in the first, as some more substitutions for the Vikings as they keep rotating fresh players in and out faster than I can keep track of them on the floor here. They'll hand it off there. I believe that's Tullerud. Yep, it is. And Tullerud had it tipped by Iniger, and he gets it into Fay, and now that will be a foul on who? Fay delivered an elbow, but I think the contact came first. It's going to be a foul on the Trojans. That's going to be on Owen Riddle. Of course, that elbow by Fay wasn't intentional. He's just making a move to the basket, and his defender happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong time. 11-5, 12-19 counting to go here on the Ratzel's Pool Hall scoreboard. Fay tried to spin, and Riddle popped it out of his hands. It's going to stay with the Vikings, even though a few Trojan fans think otherwise. But from my vantage point up here, that the referee got the call exactly how he should have. It's absolutely Viking basketball. But some nice defense that's noteworthy there by Owen Riddle, as he will again reach in and try and swat it away there from Fay. But now Tullerud will try for a three. That one bounces off the back edge of the rim, and an offensive board here for the Vikings as they get it back into the hands of Fay. Now Torres with it, being guarded by Iniger. Torres drives, spins at the mid post, pops it out, catch and shoot three. It's Luke Soley, won't go, and out of bounds and back to the Trojans. So an 11-0 start for the Vikings, a 5-0 response by the Trojans, and now a 0-0 ball game here over the last couple of minutes. So momentum has gone all three ways on a two-team game. Here's Bredman in the corner, being guarded by Torres. Up top for Ballgreen. Ballgreen will step up, and nice defense there by Brady Petznick, who's in the lineup here. Now Iniger will split a double team. He'll put it out on the corner. Three on the way, and that one's too strong. Will not go. Fay will get the rebound. He didn't really have to jump up too high for that bouncer that went a few feet above the rim. As he could probably go to the rim and just put his hand up and be right at the rim. Remember seeing him play a couple years ago. He was not that tall. He's really gone through a growth spurt here in the last year. Suter will try for a three, and that one will not go. And the follow-up from Iniger is up and in, and all of a sudden it's a 4-point game at 11-7. Vikings will work the ball around. Right now it's in the hands there of Soley. Soley will get it back. And a push, foul on the Trojans. Came before the shot, so that basket will not count.
On the Trojans, number 1, Zach Bredman.
Team foul number 4 on Barnesville.
Subbing in for the Vikings, number 2, Trayvon Benson. Number 10, Charlie Larson. For the Trojans, number 4, Brayden Bredman. And number 11, Carson Hagan.
I want to say hi to Jim watching from Denver, North Carolina. One of our favorite viewers as Tullerud will inbound it there to Trayvon Benson. And now whistle. I heard the whistle. Oh, I was looking at the wrong referee. Brady Pesnick will get charged with a foul. I didn't see the foul, but it's a foul on him nonetheless. And here comes Ball Green up the court now. Iniger just above the free throw line inside the three-point arc. We'll put the ball on the floor and hand it off to Hagan to set up the offense. 2-11s on each other, at least they were momentarily, as it appears that the Vikings are playing a zone defense and Iniger hits. Iniger gets the three over the 6'7" Ian Fay, and that's another $50 deposit into the best scholarship funds from our game time sponsor, Agassi Drink. And Tullerud battles for a rebound there as the ball's tipped around, and they'll charge a foul to somebody in orange. It will indeed be on Tullerud. That's his second, and now both teams have 4 fouls. As Ball Green brings it up. Iniger at the top of the key, being guarded by Fay, hands it off there for Braden Bredman, who's into the lineup. And now a push and another foul here on the Vikings. So an 11-0 start for the Vikings, and now it's 11-10. And we'll see if we get our first lead change here off this inbounds pass or not. Tullerud and Pesnick will get a breather on the bench. They'll get a couple subs in their place on the floor here. They'll lob it up to Suter. Suter recollects just in front of the midcourt stripe. Now Braden Bredman. Bredman, one right-handed dribble, switches to the left hand and switches to the left direction. He runs into a double team after a couple of nice faked out, needs a little help, finds Suter in the paint, and he scores off the glass, and it's 12-11. So an 11-0 start for the Vikings has been answered by a 12-0 run for the Barnesville Trojans, and now they have the lead, their first lead of the game. So if you thought this one was over with early and you're just coming back, you should have stayed. You missed a lot of basketball. Fay will hit the jumper and give the lead right back to the Vikings. So now in the last 2 possessions, we've had 2 lead changes. And now a couple of turnovers. Everything's pretty much even. Suter missed, and then he follows it up with 2 points of his own. 14-13, Barnesville with the lead. They lost it out of bounds. There'll be a turnover here for the Vikings. They'll give the ball back to the Trojans. Owen Riddle and Zach Bredman back in. That puts Iniger and Ball Green on the sideline for a breather. Bredman gets it to Hagan. Now Suter over to Braden Bredman to Zach Bredman. Bredman on the baseline, gets it to Riddle. 2 quick passes over to Hagan. Hagan with a high post jumper, left it short. Back the other way, Fay has it. Fay up top there for Benson. Benson being guarded by Zach Bredman. And a near turnover there, but a nice job by Charlie Larson. He'll go to the hoop, and basket would not have counted had it gone in. It's a foul on Barnesville, and we'll see if it's in the act of shooting or not. It is not. Both teams have 5 now. Up to Torres up top off the inbounds pass. I'll fire it back here to Benson. Benson works it down into the hands there. I believe that's Williams. And it is. Hunter Williams will travel. And I heard a what down below suggesting that a Vikings fan didn't agree with that call, but so we have a timeout, 14-13 with 17:21 to go. It's a 1-point game in favor of the Trojans at the moment. We'll be back in a moment here on Magnitude Sports. All right, welcome back. 7:25 to go here in the first half in a 1-point ball game. It started with an 11-0 run by the Pelican Rapids Vikings. The Trojans answered with 12-0 run of their own, and now we've had 2 lead changes since 12-11, and it sits at 14-13 in favor of the Trojans. Now, drive to the basket was left a little bit short, and now Zach Bredman will leave a 3 off the rim, and a battle for the loose ball in the near corner here, and it will go to the Vikings. Stops the clock with 7:01 to go here in the first half. Inbounds pass comes to Benson. Inside 7 minutes to go now here in a 1-point ball game between the number 5 ranked Pelican Rapids Vikings and the number 7 ranked Barnesville Trojans. Benson making some moves up top. Now Torres has it. He'll back up high on the far side. Fay will try for a corner 3. I think that one may have been partially tipped by Iniger. It's going to bounce off the rim, hit the top of the backboard. It'll go in the books as an out-of-bounds play and a turnover for the Pelican Rapids Vikings. So Iniger will get it. And he will get tangled up, leave it for Bredman. Zach Bredman to Carson Hagan for a 3, and that one's left short. And a rebound by Ballgreen will tee it up from 19 feet, and that one's also left short.
Fouls on the Vikings, number 2, Trayvon Benson. The second personal foul, team 6.
Zach Bredman with it. Bredman will try and split defenders, and his pass is tipped. Benson has it for the moment, and he avoided the travel. And now he gets it down to Fay, who waits patiently for Riddle to go up in the air. Nice job by Ian Fay, and quickly back the other way. The Barnesville Trojans bring it. They now find themselves down 15-14 here on the Ratzel's Pool Hall scoreboard. And Iniger will leave that 3 off the front edge of the rim. The rebound goes to Benson. He gets tangled up in the mix of 3 purple jerseys, and one of those 3 purple jerseys earned themselves a personal foul.
Fouls on the Trojans, number 10, Owen Riddle. His second personal foul, team 6. Subbing in for the Vikings, number 23, Luke Sholey.
Luke Soley into the lineup. As Torres has the ball right now. Torres still with it, high on the near side. He'll go to the right, go to the left, up top there, into the hands of Soley. Now back to Torres. Torres spins at the high post, finds a pass, it's out of bounds. He tried to thread the needle on that pass there, and it was an impressive looking pass that was intended for Charlie Larson. Larson picked it up, but the ball, part of the ball hit the out of bounds line, and that goes back now to the Trojans. Up top, catch and shoot 3, too strong. Ballgreen with the rebound, lobs a pass over to Wyatt Suter. Suter will put it up off the glass, it won't go. Rebound battled for, Ballgreen comes away with it and scores. Torres quickly down, and he'll put it up himself, and it will bounce in. 17-16 now, Pelican Rapids with the lead. Ballgreen has it. Redmond will get a screen from Ballgreen. He'll split defenders, lost it out of bounds. His last touch by Torres. He'll stay with the Barnesville Trojans. They'll lob it up for Iniger. Iniger will dribble in, pop it back out for Hagan. Hagan up top, Suter over to Ballgreen. Ballgreen to the hoop and too strong. The rebound coming down in the hands of Hunter Williams. Quick pass down to the baseline, back out to Williams, up top for Fay. Fay sends it over here for Larson. Larson up top to Soley, and it's out of bounds, and it'll go back to Barnesville. And we have a timeout, an official's timeout down at the other end here. Not sure what they're discussing. 3:43 on the clock. Okay, now we're back to action. I'm not sure what that discussion was about, to be honest. Ball Green has it. Up top, Iniger, and then it's tipped through his fingertips to Hagan, and now Bredman has it. Zach Bredman to the hoop, and the basket will not count. There will be a foul on the Vikings. That'll put the Barnesville Trojans in the bonus, as both teams now have, or actually both teams used to have 6. Now the Vikings have 7, and it's a 1-and-1 here for Zach Bredman. I don't think it was in the act of shooting anyway. He will not connect, and a whistle. And a foul on Barnesville, and now both teams are in the 1-and-1 bonus. So back and forth we go. After a quick start and a quick response, since then it's been about even. The points have been even, the fouls have been even, the turnovers have been even. Quickly back the other way to Bredman after the missed free throw. And that pass was intended to Suter and somehow got into the hands of Ballgreen. And when I say somehow, I mean luckily. That appeared to be a turnover in progress. That 3 left a little bit short. And Torres will bring it up court. Torres D1 bound, by the way, in case you weren't already aware of that. So you're getting a look at a potential Division I player here as he advances into his college years. There's Ballgreen. Suter on the baseline. Travels.
Subbing in for the Trojans, number 4, Braden Brennan.
Here's Torres with it into the corner. That is Larson, I believe, yep. And now that 3 from Fay will bounce off. Larson underneath, can't get it to go. Iniger in, lost it. Turnover, and the Vikings have numbers, and that pass is tipped and turnover and stolen and then blocked out of bounds, but I believe that's a foul on Bredman. Yes, it is.
Number 4, Braden Bredman. The second personal foul, Team A. At the line shooting free throws for the Vikings, number 10, Charlie Larson.
The junior varsity game went to Barnesville by the final score of 52-42. Meant to mention that earlier and didn't get around to it, so my apologies. Free throw's good by Charlie Larson, so he makes the front half of a 1-and-1, and he'll get the back half of it now. I think this is the first 2-point lead we've seen since the game was 2-0. And now it's the first 3-point lead since the game was 3-0. Or 4-0. I don't remember if we ever got to 3-0 or not. I don't think we did. Here's Benson with it. He'll work it in there to, that is Petsnick. And that three is up and in from Torres from the far corner. And before we could get the camera down there, something happened, a whistle, and
Subbing in for the Trojans, number 11, Carson Hagen.
so the inbounds pass comes to Benson here with 1:17 to go in the first. And now it's Petsnick up top for Williams. Torres back to Benson. Back over to Petsnick. Petsnick will dribble the free throw line, nearly stripped away by Ballgreen, and now Larson for a three. That one, his foot was on the line. It would have been a two. And now back the other way comes Hagen and the Trojans. Suter over to Braden Bredman. Bredman to the hoop. And he'll miss the shot, but he'll earn a trip to the free throw line to shoot two with 40 seconds to go here. Torres picks up his first, and as you just saw on your screen there, that is the 8th team foul for the Vikings. Bredman has to make one to get one. And he will, actually no, that was in the act of shooting, so he gets two regardless. 22-17 now here on the Ratzel's Pool Hall scoreboard, and that one will rattle in as well. 38 seconds to go as Benson slowly brings it up on the far side. Over the timeline with 32 seconds to go. Benson gets it into the hands of Petsnick. Now Petsnick to Torres. Torres with a 17-footer up and in off the baseline. Nicely done by Torres. 24-18 our score now in favor of the Vikings. And here's Iniger to the hoop, and that one goes in, 24-20. And the Vikings wasting no time. They come right down to the other end of the court, and Charlie Larson scores on the assist from Trayvon Benson. And at the buzzer, it's not gonna go. That'll be a missed three-pointer, and that'll bring us to halftime. We got a 30-second break, and then we're back with the Sue's Dance Studio halftime show right after this here on Magnitude Sports. Dean's Bulk Service C-Stores in Barnesville and Sabin are your stops for high-quality Arco gas and diesel fuels, plus a car wash in Barnesville. Don't forget to pick up your favorite snacks and beverages as well. Dean's Bulk Service is your preferred choice for your propane, fuel, diesel, exhaust fluid, and ISOCLEAN certified lubricants for your home, farm, and business. Call them 1-800-548-2799 or visit dbsoil.com to see what they can do for you.
Auto Owners protects your home. Because, well, somebody should. That's simple human sense.
Call, text, email Jack, Rhonda, or Terry with questions and get a quote today. All right, 26-20 at halftime, and for your halftime entertainment here, we have the Sue's Dance Studio performers. Sue's Dance Studio located right across the street from the Barnesville Sports Arena right here in Barnesville. It's your local dance team. The volume will be turned down for this, for the music, but my microphone will remain on as we go over some halftime numbers. Zach Bredman, we'll start with Barnesville. Zach Bredman with 5. I'm sorry, Gannon Ballgreen with 5, not Zach Bredman. I was one too far up on my roster here. Gannon Ballgreen with 5, and we got Braden Bredman with 2. Right now, Tate Iniger leads the way with 7, and 4 more for Wyatt Suter. Fouls, 2 for Braden Bredman, 1 apiece for Carson Hagen and Tate Iniger. Individual numbers for the Pelican Rapids Vikings. You got 3 points and 2 fouls for Trayvon Benson. 6 points and a foul for Charlie Larson. 2 points, and that's it for Hunter Williams so far. No points, but a foul for Brady Petsnick, and 7 points and 1 foul for the 6-foot freshman Miguel Torres. Once again, it's the Sue's Dance Studio partners, and they're having some issues with the music, so they haven't actually started their performance yet. Once again, we want to say thanks to all of our sponsors, including Barnesville Senex, Ratzo's Pool Hall, Midwest Bank, Barnesville Area Community Fund, Barnesville Booster Club, the Barnesville Takedown Club, Pitchfork, Purple Goose, Four Hill Farms, Dean's Bulk Service, Willow Creek, Barnesville Drug and Hardware, Ball Green Construction, and Lee's Electric. And we want to thank everybody tuning in, cheering on the Pelican Rapids Vikings, and wish these two teams the best of luck. It's been a good one so far in the first half. I think I don't know if they're still having trouble with the music or not. It seems like the music starts and then it stops, and then they do part of their performance, and they're like, hey, let's reset and try this again. So they're going to reset and try this again, and you get just some bonus halftime entertainment here. You're going to get the actual entertainment eventually, and in the meantime, you're going to get the let's try this again entertainment, I guess you could say. So got to love iPhones or whatever they're using to play music. I'm sure it's some sort of cord that goes into another device, and either the cord or the iPhone or the other device is not working. So, but we'll keep it here. Well, while we have a moment, let's take a look at the halftime numbers here. Your Ratzel's Pool Hall game summary. Trojans shooting 8 of 29, 2 of 12 from behind the arc, 2 of 3 from the Barnesville Booster Club free throw line. They committed 8 fouls, turned the ball over 6 times in that first half. For the Vikings, 11 of 21, with 5 of those 21 attempts coming from behind the arc. They're bringing in a boombox now. 2 of 5 from three-point land, 2 of 3 from the free throw line, 8 fouls and 9 turnovers. And let's bring it back now here to the live camera. Once again, this is the Barnesville Sue's Dance Studio performers here with your halftime entertainment. I do not recognize the song, so I don't know what they're performing to. Oh, it's that kitchen rap song from like a couple years ago. If you're familiar with that one. Want to say hi to Karina, Obed Chavez, and Jim for tuning in. And if you're tuning in as well, we appreciate that. If you chime in on the chat, I'll say hello to you. And now they are performing to Pitbull's Fireball. So they're actually performing to a montage of many songs. Some I recognize, some I do not. Otherwise, I'd give you a complete breakdown of every song that's playing. I guess you could say that my 20 years in radio are finally fading out, I guess you could say, as I don't know every song. I don't listen to the pop music anymore, so... What the kids are listening to, I know maybe 40% of it. Well, this was a song that was played back in my radio days. It's Nelly Furtado and Timberland. All right, once again, that was your local dancers from Sue's Dance Studio here in Barnesville.
Teams from Sue's Dance Studio, good luck at their last competition of the year this weekend in Monticello. And we want to say thank you to the seniors, Jada, Lily, Krista, and Kylie, for all their fantastic performances over the years. We will miss them out on the dance floor.
All right, we have about 5 minutes before the second half begins. Once again, that was your halftime entertainment brought to you by Sue's Dance Studio right here in Barnesville. We'll take a break. We'll be back in a moment here on Magnitude Sports. Barnesville Drug and Hardware is your local Health Mart pharmacy and hardware Hank store in Barnesville. Open weekdays 8:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Saturdays until noon. Stop in at 117 Front Street. Get everything you need for your home. Smoke alarms, thermometers, Ethernet, coax cable, and maybe a little something for your kitchen. Baking goods, paper supplies, toasters, coffee pots, griddles, and stove and oven accessories. Don't forget that Barnesville Drug and Hardware is your Valspar headquarters. Barnesville Drug and Hardware. Give them a like and follow on Facebook. Barnesville Drug and Hardware wishes the Trojans the best of luck this sports season. Lee's Electric in Barnesville proudly cheers on the Trojans this sports season. As a featured business on the Barnesville City website, Lee's Electric can help you with your electrical needs and projects big or small. So when there's a blast, a straightaway center field, a lightning quick touchdown pass, a supercharged ace serve, or that electric layup drive in the baseline, whenever you see an electric play in the game, think Lee's Electric. Let's go Trojans.
Barnesville Cenex is your one-stop shop in Barnesville for gas, snacks, beverages, and more, including fresh Sandy's Donuts each day of the week. Barnesville Cenex has the Caribou Coffee Kiosk open daily as well. Don't forget, you can pick up automobile supplies, and Barnesville Cenex is your hunting and fishing license headquarters. Barnesville Cenex. Call 218-354-2139 or stop in at 619 Front Street North in Barnesville. Barnesville Cenex.
Ratzel's Pool Hall. You can find them at 205 Front Street in Barnesville. When you head over to Ratzel's Pool Hall, expect cold beverages, tasty and crispy pizza, as well as a friendly staff. Search for Ratzel's Pool Hall on Facebook. Give the page a like and follow so you can keep up to date with all the daily specials, new menu additions, and dates of special events such as karaoke and musical artists. Don't forget, if the Barnesville Trojans are playing, you can watch the game at Ratzel's Pool Hall. They invite you to stop by after the game. 205 Front Street in Barnesville, Ratzel's Pool Hall. Just a fun little place in a small town.
Your family, your friends, our community. At Midwest Bank of Barnesville, these cornerstones of family, friends, and community is the very heart of Midwest Bank. Whether it's help in expanding the family farm, building, remodeling, or purchasing your new home, or supporting our local schools, Midwest Bank is here because you are our family, you are our friends, and this is our community. Midwest Bank, banking your way on South Front Street, Barnesville. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Established in 1989, the charitable mission of the Barnesville Booster Club is to support local charities and organizations, especially those involving kids and youth. Learn more about the Barnesville Booster Club by following the Barnesville Booster Club Facebook page, where you can get more information on member drives, upcoming events, and more. You can also learn more by contacting the Barnesville High School office. And the Barnesville Booster Club can also be followed on Twitter. The Barnesville Booster Club wishes the Trojans the best of luck this sports season. Go Trojans!
The Trojan Takedown Club. It supports Barnesville wrestling on all levels, and it meets on the second Wednesday of each month at Ratzel's Pool Hall in Barnesville. You can support the Barnesville wrestling program by contacting anyone at the Trojan Takedown Club. Choose a bronze or a silver or even a gold sponsorship. If interested in the sponsorship, email TrojanTakedownClub@gmail.com. Do it today. All right, welcome back. 26-20 at halftime here, and second half starting in about 30 seconds. While you have 30 seconds, check us out on social media. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow us on Twitter, Facebook, or check out our Instagram page, Magnitude Sports Instagram, Magnitude SN on the other three. Of course, magnitudesn.com on our schedule. Speaking of our schedule, our Friday doubleheader is now or tripleheader is now a doubleheader. That game was moved to Thursday, so we'll have a doubleheader for you on Thursday. Perm and Breckenridge, that game was moved up to 6:30. That game is now over. Yellow Jackets with a convincing 80-28 win over the Breckenridge Cowboys. And in girls basketball at halftime, the Barnesville Trojans lead 32-24 over Ada Norman County West. There we go. I got it. And if we get more score updates from that game, we'll pass it along to you as well. I don't know if the Pelican girls are in action tonight, but if they are, and somebody from Pelican has a score update, drop it in the chat and I'll pass it along. Barnesville going from left to right, and Pelican in the white jerseys going from the opposite direction. Here's Zach Bredman to the hoop, and he scores, and it's back to a 4-point deficit. And outside of that 26-20 halftime lead, neither team has had more than a 4-point lead after Pelican Rapids started with an 11-0 run, and Barnesville answered with 12 of their own to make the score 12-11. Then we had lead changes, 2 lead changes on the next 2 possessions. And we've had several lead changes since then. I'm not keeping track of that tonight like I normally do, but it's a lot. Let's put it that way. And now Barnesville down by 4, just like they have been. And Gannon Ballgreen look to cut that to 1, and with that three-pointer, it's another $50 deposit from Agassiz Valley Gutter into the best scholarship program. 26-25, they'll look to answer with a 3 of their own, and they do. It's Charlie Larson with the basket from the near corner, and it's back to a 4-point advantage for the Vikings. A minute into this second half. Redmond will work it out into the corner there, up top. Ballgreen pump fakes from about 23 feet. Now Iniger up top, being guarded by Fay. Hands it off for Hagan. Stops at the free throw line. Ballgreen nearly lost it. Had to regroup. And they work it inside Iniger. Lets Fay go by him, and he scores. And just a little bit of pressure in the backcourt here. More like a half-court pressure here by Barnesville. As Benson hands it off there, and now Fay gets it from Larson. Fay will spin. Inside there, that's Hunter Williams, and he scores. 31-27, it's a 4-point game once again, 2 minutes into this half. Iniger swings it over to Ballgreen, quickly in the corner there for Hagan. And now Zach Bredman over to Ballgreen. Up top here, Hagan over to Iniger. Iniger fakes out Fay and dishes it off there for Zach Bredman. Right back to Iniger, and he goes for the reverse, and he gets it up and in. He faked it on the first side with 2 defenders, and he's like, I'm going to stretch a little bit and get this in from the opposite side of the lane. 31-29. Benson outside for Tullerud, and now they get it into the hands of Larson. Back to Benson for a 3. No, it's off the mark. And up court quickly to Ballgreen. It's a 2-on-1. Ballgreen left it short. Rebound goes to Hunter Williams. And now the Vikings will momentarily slow it down a little bit here. Nice move by Larson, but he left it a little bit too much on that as it rolled around the rim and off. Zach Bredman to the free throw line. Backs up high on the near side. He'll get the screen from Iniger. Nothing comes from that. Now Hagan with a short baseline jumper. Left it short, and the rebound goes to Tullerud. He'll outlet it there to Benson. Now Williams gets it inside for Fay. Or Larson, excuse me. Now back to Benson. Benson looking around. He backs up right in front of the midcourt stripe. Benson gets it back on the far side. Benson versus Ballgreen, 2 versus 2. Tullerud had a pass inside, tipped back out to Benson, then he lost it, and it goes right into the hands of Bredman. And Zach Bredman will make his way out to the right elbow. Now Hagan here in the near corner. Seems like all the same jersey numbers are guarding each other in this game. And that 3 will be no good. Fay will snag the rebound, and they'll get it to Benson, and Benson will bring it back up court here. It's been a scoreless game here in the last minute and a half approximately. And that 3 will change it. Benson will hit from the left elbow. A 5-point lead. 6 is the largest lead for either team in this game, and they respond with a 3 of their own, and Augusty Valley Gutter will deposit $50 into the best scholarship fund that will be awarded to a Barnesville senior at the end of the school year. They'll lob it up top for Fay. Fay double teamed and struggling there, and they're going to call a foul. I believe it's on Bredman. It is for certain on Barnesville. And it is indeed. 3 in, 3 out for Pelican, 2 in, 2 out for Barnesville. You got Suter and Braden Bredman checking in for Owen Riddle and I believe Hagan. And we'll try and catch you up here on all the that basket left short, but an offensive rebound goes in the hands of Soli, and now back up top for Torres. Torres, a freshman, and he's being looked at by D1 schools, and hopefully D1 schools are not watching that particular play. Ballgreen scores. So first of the second half, both teams have 1, and we have a tie ball game, and Ballgreen says, no, we don't. 35-34 as Barnesville has their 5th lead of the game, and their first one in quite some time. Since about 4 minutes remaining in the first half was the last time Barnesville had the lead. That 3 left a little bit short, and it goes out of bounds, and they'll go right back here to the Trojans. See the turnover ratio there. You could say that with that turnover ratio, Pelican's lucky to be where they're at right now on the scoreboard. The numbers that matter the most. Some Barnesville fans wanting a foul there. They're not going to get one. It'll go into the books as a Barnesville turnover. As we approach 12 minutes to go, Torres. Number 14, that's Brody Severson. First time I've seen him in the game tonight. There's Torres, bounces a pass up top there for Jaden Ripley. And, oh, I'm sorry, that was not Ripley. That was actually Hunter Williams.
Foul on the Vikings, number 20, Hunter Williams. His second personal foul, team second.
In the corner here for Braden Bredman. Up top for Inniger. Now Suter. Back to Braden Bredman. Stepping up on him with Severson. And now Inniger will try for a 3, and he hits it. That's another $50 thanks to our game time sponsor, Augusty Valley Gutter, into the Best for Bucks Scholarship Fund. And the Pelican Rapids Vikings want to talk things over with 11:19 to go. They find themselves down 4. 4 is the largest lead that Barnesville's had in this game. We'll see what happens after the timeout. It's a full timeout. We'll be back in 60. The Purple Goose Eatery and Drinkery, located at 310 Front Street South in Barnesville, open every day from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m., 7 days a week. Burgers, salad, pizzas, sandwiches, they got you covered. Daily specials on all food and beverage items on the menu as well. They're located, once again, 310 South Front Street, Barnesville, 2 blocks from Barnesville Senior High School. Order online, purplegoose2go.com, or text your order to 218-321-1963. All right, welcome back. Update for the Pelican Rapids girls. I'm not sure if that's a final or if that's a game in progress, but it's either final or they lead Norman County East Uline Hitterdal by the score of 47-20. That's girls Pelican Rapids basketball for you. At last check, it was 32-24. Barnesville girls up at halftime over Ada Borup Norman County West. So both these teams' girls counterparts playing either the East or the West version of Norman County East tonight. Iniger up top. He spins on his defender, now backs up, and that pass is intercepted. Torres, 1-on-2, up against Ballgreen, left it short. Ballgreen got enough intimidation, if that's what you want to call it, and Torres couldn't finish up the drive. As we approach 10.5 to go, Zach Bredman to Braden Bredman. The Braden brothers connect on that one. And it's a 6-point lead. So Pelican has had one 6-point lead in this game, and now Barnesville has their first 6-point lead in this game outside of the 12-0 or the 11-0 start for the Vikings. That baseline jumper is short. Back the other way comes Bredman. 4 substitutions pending for the Vikings at the next break in action. Again, Ballgreen with it. Into the corner there, that is Braden Bredman. Fakes to Suter, goes to the baseline, rolls off the rim, Iniger gets the rebound. And they'll reset up top. Zach Bredman over to Braden Bredman, inside for Wyatt Suter, and there's a foul.
Fouls on the Vikings, number 14, Brody Severson. His first personal foul, team's third.
Tullerud, Larson, Petsnick, and
Subbing in for the Vikings, number 2.
one more checking in here for
Tanner Tullerud. Number 22,
the Vikings.
Number 10, Charlie Larson.
It was Trayvon Benson, the other one who checked in for the Vikings. 9.5 to go, a 6-point lead for Barnesville, and they're looking to lead, and they add to that, and they do. Tate Iniger makes it an 8-point game, and the Pelican Rapids Vikings call timeout. 9:23 to go here in the second half, 42-34 in favor of the Trojans. On the Ratos Pool Hall scoreboard, we're back in 30 here on Magnitude Sports. Lee's Electric in Barnesville proudly cheers on the Trojans this sports season. As a featured business on the Barnesville City website, Lee's Electric can help you with your electrical needs and projects big or small. So when there's a blast to straightaway center field, a lightning quick touchdown pass, a supercharged ace serve, or that electric layup drive in the baseline, whenever you see an electric play in the game, think Lee's Electric. Let's go Trojans. All right, welcome back. 42-34. 9:23 to go. 9:26 actually. They put 3 seconds on the clock here in the timeout. And a 42-34 lead for the Barnesville Trojans. As the Vikings will get the ball out of the timeout. Trojans on a 6-0 run right now. It's been a while since the Vikings have scored a basket. That one nearly taken away, but that's going to be a foul on Tate Iniger.
Foul on the Trojans, number 15, Tate Iniger. His second personal foul, team second.
So Tullerud will take the inbounds pass into the backcourt there for Benson. Benson will bring it back in. Fay bounces a pass up top there for Petsnick. He'll hand it off for Tullerud. Tullerud fades a pass out of the corner there for Larson. Larson gets tied up. Jump ball is going to be called. The possession arrow will favor the Vikings. Nine minutes to go as Fay has it up top. He'll spin. Dish it off for Tullerud. Cuts into the paint. Pops it out for Benson. Catch and shoot three. No, it's off the mark. Bredman up court quickly to Ballgreen, and that's an easy 2 points. And a 10-point lead is the third largest lead of the game. Second largest lead of the game, actually. And Tullerud will score to trim it back to a single-digit deficit here for the Vikings. Bredman drives, and it rolls in. Back to a 10-point game. Benson delivers it into the hands there of Petznick. Petznick will find Larson inside for Fay. Fay avoids a double team. Ball popped out there. Tullerud up top, now swings it into the near corner for Larson. Larson hits.
Vikings basket by number 10, Charlie Larson.
Charlie Larson enters double digits with that one. He has 11 on the evening so far. Here's Bredman with it again. Bredman, now Iniger. Iniger cuts into the paint, and he rolls it out the front of the rim, but Ballgreen's there for the rebound. And now he'll drive to the basket. He'll draw a foul.
Fouls on the Vikings, number 22, Brady Petznick. His second personal foul, team sport.
So 14 fouls on the Vikings, 2 for the Trojans, and number 2, Gannon Ballgreen, to the Barnesville Booster Club free throw line. And the first one is going to roll in.
Subbing in for the Vikings, number 23, Luke Scholler.
The
Trojans, number 10, Owen Riddle. Number 11.
9-point lead now. And we'll see if Ballgreen can push it back to 10 or not. He will not. He will miss that one, but an offensive rebound. Ballgreen gets his own missed free throw. How about that? Bredman up top for Iniger. Back out for Bredman, excuse me. Now Riddle swings it over to Hagan. Down to the baseline for Bredman. Bredman up top, Riddle over to Ballgreen, quickly to Hagan. Hagan being guarded by Faze. He gives it back to Bredman. Bredman over to Owen Riddle. Riddle drives to the baseline, and did he travel? Yes, he did. So Fay will inbound it there for Benson. 7:09 and counting to go here in the second half. And a 9-point advantage for the Trojans. With the ball now is Luke Soley. He'll fire it over to Tullerud. Now Benson. Benson back to Tullerud. Back up top. Open look for Petznick. Didn't take it. Now he hands it off for Tullerud. A nice move by Tullerud to the basket as he lays it in off the glass. 47-40 now. All of a sudden that 11-point lead doesn't look so bad. Fay will sky up on the missed three. The ball rolls out of bounds, and who's it going to go to? It's going to go to the Vikings. Tullerud will inbound it. Looking like possibly for Benson, and it is. Benson will take it with the right hand. Hand it off there for Soley. Soley now, I think that pass was intended for Tullerud, but luckily Benson was there. Now they get it down low for Tullerud. He's patient, and it counts. He'll go to the line for an and one opportunity. 47-42, 6:16 to go. Owen Riddle picks up his third, team's third of the second half. And at one point, Barnesville had a 11-point lead, and now it's down to 5, and Tullerud will make it 4. Quickly, Riddle will bring it back. 47-43 on the Ratsos Pool Hall scoreboard, and a timeout is called by Barnesville. We'll take one with them. We'll be back in a moment here on the Magnitude Sport Network. right, welcome back to the Barnesville Sports Arena. Riddle will toss it in from in front of the Barnesville bench. For Iniger. Redmond back to Iniger. Iniger with the left hand, dishes it off there for Riddle, gives it right back up for Redmond, who goes back up in between the circles, being guarded closely there by Tullerud. He'll lob a pass for Iniger. Iniger surveys around the wide wingspan of Fay, and let's see. Yeah, I think that's the right call. I think Fay touched it last. Although Tullerud pleading his case with the referee. One referee went Barnesville, the other one went Pelican, and then they ruled Barnesville eventually. So Redmond will get it all the way in the backcourt and bring it back up. 5:37 and counting to go as Iniger will get it, nearly poked away there by Fay. Iniger will go to the left side. Tullerud will meet up with him, swat it away. Ball Green will pick it up. Back to Iniger now. And now here's Riddle. And Riddle will put it up and in. Leaving his hand, it didn't look like that was going to go in. It looked like it was going to hit the front of the rim and be a solid miss, but he got just enough to get it up and over and in. Here's Fay. And the pass to Tullerud will be whistled dead. So we have a foul on Barnesville. With 5 to go, both teams at 4 fouls. Charlie Larson in, Luke Soley out for the Vikings. As Benson will look for an inbounds pass. He'll get it to Fay. Fay being guarded there by Owen Riddle. Fay will dribble it in. 2 passes later, Benson has it. Benson back to Fay, catch and shoot 3, and he makes it. And some Pelican fans wanted a foul there on that 3-pointer, but no call. 49-46, 4:37 and counting. You get the feeling that this is going to come down to a late run by one of these two teams. And Iniger scores, and man, if there are Pelican fans upset about that, I do not blame you for being upset. It certainly looked like a charging foul from my perspective up here. But that's why the refs are on the court and not in the press box. And that one will not go. Fay will get the rebound, and there will be a whistle.
Foul on the Trojans, number 10, Owen Riddle. His 4th personal foul, team Smith. Subbing in for the Trojans, number 40, Wyatt Suter. And for the Vikings, number 20, Hunter Williams.
Suter, number 40 in for Barnesville. And Williams, number 20 in for the Vikings. Inside 4 minutes to go now here in this contest. Williams has it, lobs it in for Fay. Fay all over Ball Green, can't get it, and Iniger's there with the rebound. Into the corner, 3 on the way. He got it! Carson Hagan deposits $50 into the Best Scholarship Fund thanks to our Game Time sponsor, Agassiz Valley Gunner. 3:33 to go, 54-46. That was a crucial 3-pointer. Here's Benson, thought about it, now pulls up from the baseline and it bounces off. Ball Green will sit in front of the midcourt stripe high on the left side. Bounce it over to Hagan, drives into the paint, floats one up, it rolls off, and Benson's there for the rebound. And a chance for the Vikings to cut into the deficit here. Benson for Fay, top of the key 3, rattles in and out from about 21 feet. Iniger with the rebound. .248 to go here, and Pelican down by 8. They don't need to panic shoot the 3 just yet. And somehow somebody gets that ball and nobody ends up getting that ball. It's gonna go to Barnesville. Nice sportsmanship from Suter helping up Tullerud there as several players hit the floor face first. And now we have a timeout.
Full timeout.
A full timeout with 2:34 to go here in the second. 54-46 in favor of the Trojans. We'll be back in a moment. Barnesville Drug and Hardware is your local Health Mart Pharmacy and Hardware Hank store in Barnesville. Open weekdays 8:30 to 6 p.m. and Saturdays until noon. Stop in at 117 Front Street and get your family prepared for winter. All the essentials, shovels, sleds for the kids, furnace filters, boots, gloves, ice melt, and get free delivery when you purchase 10 or more bags. Don't forget, Barnesville Drug and Hardware is your Valspar Paint headquarters. Barnesville Drug and Hardware. Give them a like and follow on Facebook. Barnesville Drug and Hardware wishes the Trojans the best of luck this sports season. Newell will set it up near side. Lexi Ballgreen picked, and it's a kill for Ballgreen. That pulls the Barnesville Trojans within a point. They get the serve back. Inquest works out the shotgun again. He's looking deep, and he's got a man with a little bit of room. It bounces off the back of the neck of a Barnesville Trojan, and it's intercepted. Gannon Ballgreen will get the deflected pass.
Intercepted on the deflection by number 6, Gannon Ballgreen.
Welcome back to the Barnesville Sports Arena. 54-46 in favor of the Barnesville Trojans. They have the possession arrow, and they have the ball coming out of the timeout. 2:34 to go here in the second half of this one. Redmond will start inside his own paint. Get around Benson over the timeline. And now he'll come back out and they'll reset up the offense. 2:25 and counting to go. Here's Ballgreen. Double team. Nearly poked away by Fay. And Ballgreen calls a timeout. And talk about perfect timing again. And Ballgreen calls a timeout at 2:17 to go. It's going to be a third. Oh, it's actually going to be a full timeout. So we'll take another timeout with them. We'll be back in just a moment here on Magnitude Sports.
Auto Owners protects your home. Because, well, somebody should. That's simple human sense.
Call, text, email Jack, Rhonda, or Terry with questions and get a quote today.
Barnesville Cenex is your one-stop shop in Barnesville for gas, snacks, beverages, and more, including fresh Sandy's Donuts each day of the week. Barnesville Cenex has the Caribou Coffee Kiosk open daily as well. Don't forget, you can pick up automobile supplies, and Barnesville Cenex is your hunting and fishing license headquarters. Barnesville Cenex. Call 218-354-2139 or stop in at 619 Front Street North in Barnesville. Barnesville Cenex wishes the Trojans the best of luck in today's game.
All right, don't forget to follow us on social media. You can subscribe to the YouTube channel at Magnitude SN, Magnitude SN on Twitter and Facebook, Magnitude Sports on Instagram. And of course, check out our website at magnitudesn.com. Other games on Magnitude tonight. The Perham Yellow Jackets take care of business with the Breckenridge Cowboys. Final score in that one, 80-28, as the Yellow Jackets get the victory. And no update from Ada, Minnesota, where the Cougars are hosting the Barnesville Trojans in girls basketball. At last check, it was 32-24 at halftime in favor of Barnesville. If anybody has a score update on that, either put it in the chat, send me a text, send me a snap. Most of the Barnesville community knows how to get a hold of me. Send that, pass that along to me, and I'll be sure to report it.
Trojans basket by number 11, Carson Hagen.
Hagen scores as we move inside 2 minutes to go. It's a 10-point ball game. And it's now or never for the Pelican Rapids Vikings. Here's Tullerud with it. He'll be guarded there by Iniger. And that three from Benson will miss. Stay with the Vikings. His last touch by a Trojan. Trojans have 2 fouls to give. Vikings have 3 fouls to give. Riddle in, and that puts Hagen on the bench. Benson thought about the three. Now Tullerud has it. Gets a quick pass to Larson. Back to Fave. He spins, puts up a floater, and it bounces off, and Iniger gets the rebound. Iniger now for Riddle. Riddle back to Iniger. Back to Riddle. Bounce pass up for Zach Bredman. Bredman right-handed dribble into the paint, and he draws a foul. So that's team foul number 5 on the Vikings.
Fouls on the Vikings. Number 20, Hunter Williams. His third personal foul, team's fifth. Subbing in for the Vikings, number 23, Luke Scholler. And for the Trojans, number 11. Charlie Larson is your leading scorer right now for the Vikings. He actually shares that honor with another teammate at 11. Subbing in for the Trojans, number 10.
And Tate Iniger leads with 18, followed by Gannon Ballgreen with 14. So Iniger and Ballgreen with over half of Barnesville's points in this game. Minute 14. Benson against Ballgreen over the timeline. Here's Torres, feeds it to Fay. Fay tries to split defenders, now Benson has it. Benson cuts into the paint. Fay for a three, that one's too strong. And an offensive rebound will get into the hands of Tullerud, and then that three's off the mark. And another offensive rebound, Tullerud to Fay for a three. No, that one's off as well. And Ballgreen gets the rebound, and that missed three will probably seal the deal here for Barnesville. Ballgreen out in the corner, and now he'll get fouled, and they'll stop the clock with exactly, well, not quite, 30 seconds to go. 31.2 to be exact. So now the Vikings have 6. 2:43 left to go in the game. Barnesville leads 58-46 in the girls' game up in Ada. So that one's close to finished. This one here will likely finish before that one does. And another foul, and that puts Barnesville in the 1-1 bonus. So with 14.9 to go, it's free throws for the Trojans from here on out. Up 10. Neither team has had a lead bigger than 12. Barnesville's biggest lead in this game was 11. And he makes the front half of a 1-1. And with that free throw, Barnesville's largest lead of the game is now matched at 11. And you can make that 12. 14 seconds to go.
Vikings basket by number 10, Charlie Larson.
And they'll do it. The Barnesville Trojans.
Your final score, the Barnesville Trojans,
58-48 winners over the Pelican Rapids Vikings, and now the two teams have split the season series 1-1. We'll add up some numbers. We'll come back with your post-game show right after this here on the Magnitude Sports Network. Stay tuned. Ratzel's Pool Hall. You can find them at 205 Front Street in Barnesville. When you head over to Ratzel's Pool Hall, expect cold beverages, tasty and crispy pizza, as well as a friendly staff. Search for Ratzel's Pool Hall on Facebook. Give the page a like and follow so you can keep up to date with all the daily specials, new menu additions, and dates of special events such as karaoke and musical artists. Don't forget, if the Barnesville Trojans are playing, you can watch the game at Ratzel's Pool Hall. They invite you to stop by after the game. 205 Front Street in Barnesville, Ratzel's Pool Hall. Just a fun little place in a small town.
Your family, your friends, our community. At Midwest Bank of Barnesville, these cornerstones of family, friends, and community is the very heart of Midwest Bank. Whether it's help in expanding the family farm, building, remodeling, or purchasing your new home, or supporting our local schools, Midwest Bank is here because you are our family, you are our friends, and this is our community. Midwest Bank, banking your way on South Front Street, Barnesville. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Established in 1989, the charitable mission of the Barnesville Booster Club is to support local charities and organizations, especially those involving kids and youth. Learn more about the Barnesville Booster Club by following the Barnesville Booster Club Facebook page, where you can get more information on member drives, upcoming events, and more. You can also learn more by contacting the Barnesville High School office, and the Barnesville Booster Club can also be followed on Twitter. The Barnesville Booster Club wishes the Trojans the best of luck this sports season. Go Trojans!
Dean's Bulk Service C-Stores in Barnesville and Sabin are your stops for high-quality Arco gas and diesel fuels, plus a car wash in Barnesville. Don't forget to pick up your favorite snacks and beverages as well. Dean's Bulk Service is your preferred choice for your propane, fuel, diesel, exhaust fluid, and ISO-Clean certified lubricants for your home, farm, and business. Call them 1-800-548-2799 or visit dbsoil.com to see what they can do for you. All right, welcome back to the Barnesville Sports Arena. 58-48, your final here in this one between the Trojans and the Pelican Rapids Vikings. Some other scores from around 8AA tonight in boys basketball. When did that came in? Okay, they're still in the they're still in the first half, I guess. I don't know if that game got a late start or not, but the DGF Rebels leading the Holly Nuggets 30-17 with approximately 6 minutes left in the first half of that contest. That's a late game if they're still in the first half. At last report, it was 58-46 with about 2.5 to go in the game between the Barnesville Trojans and the Ada-Bor Norman County West Cougars, with Barnesville leading in that contest. And then my screen just refreshed, so I lost my on-screen score. So just let me get a couple buttons tapped here, and I can pull it up in another one here. And it is now final. Earlier, we reported that the Pelican Rapids girls were leading Norman County East Hewlin Hitterdall. That game did go final, and the Pelican Rapids girls won by the score of 68-35 over Norman County East Hewlin Hitterdall. I want to thank the Pelican Rapids fans for passing that along to me. Just got another update here. We got come on, move out of the way. 1 minute to go, and the Barnesville Trojans have a 62-51 lead over the Ada-Bor Norman County West Cougars. So that game will go final before we officially go off the air. So when that goes final, we'll deliver that final score for you there. But it looks like both the Barnesville boys and girls will sweep tonight. Let's take a look at the game summary. Shooting-wise, 23 of 53 with 18 of those attempts coming from behind the arc. The Barnesville Trojans deposited $300 into the Best for Bucks Fund tonight with those 6 made three-pointers, thanks to our game time sponsor, Agassiz Valley Gutter. They also went 6 of 8 from the Barnesville Booster Club free throw line, committed 13 fouls, turned the ball over 8 times. For the Vikings, 20 of 45 shooting, 5 of 16 from behind the arc, with a bunch of those 16 attempts coming in the final 2-3 minutes of the second half here. They were 75% shooters from the Barnesville Booster Club free throw line tonight, going 3 of 4, committing 16 fouls, with most of those coming late in the game, and they turned the ball over 12 times here in this one. And it just went final. The Barnesville Trojan girls have defeated the Ada-Bor Norman County West Cougars by the final score of 62-53. I want to say thanks to Eric and Gina for keeping me updated on that Barnesville girls game up north, and certainly appreciate all that. Leading tonight for the Pelican Rapids Vikings, these are unofficial scores, but your top 5 scorers look like this. I think I missed one here. Oh, no, I didn't. Your top 4 scorers, let's go with that. Your top 4 scorers for the Pelican Rapids Vikings: Charlie Larson with 11, Miguel Torres and Tanner Tullerud with 7 each, and Trayvon Benson with 6 were your top 4 for the Pelican Rapids Vikings. And for the Barnesville Trojans, they're led by Tate Iniger with 18, Gannon Ballgreen 14, Carson Hagan in double digits with 10, and 4 apiece for Zach Bredman and Wyatt Suter, your top 5 for the Barnesville Trojans. Once again, the junior varsity game went to Barnesville 52-42 here in the boys contest between the Trojans and the Pelican Rapids Vikings. The Vikings fall to 12-10 overall, 8-7 in section play, while the Trojans improve to 15-7 overall, and they go a game above 500 in section play at 7-6. As we bring you back to the post-game entertainment, if that's what you want to call it. So with the win tonight, the Pelican Rapids Vikings have 3 more games. They'll go on the road to take on the Breckenridge Cowboys, who lost I don't know what word I want to use for that, but let's just say they lost the game tonight, 80-28 to the Perham Yellow Jackets. So we'll see if Breckenridge can rebound a little bit from that tough loss tonight. But when you go to Perham, it doesn't matter what team goes to Perham. You're going to have a tough matchup if you're playing the Perham Yellow Jackets at the Hive in Perham. And then after the game with Breckenridge, which is a road game in Breckenridge, by the way, Pelican Rapids fans, you can catch that road game at Breckenridge on Three Borders Sports Network. Joe, a good friend of mine, runs that streaming company, and they will have coverage of that game for you on Friday. And then after the game on Friday, they'll head north to Ada Borup and take on the Ada Borup Norman County West Cougars on Monday, February 27th. And they wrap up the regular season at home against Hillcrest Lutheran Academy on Friday, March 3rd. For the Barnesville Trojans, with tonight's win, they have a couple more games. They have one more game more than the Vikings do remaining on their schedule. 3 on the road and 1 at home. The next 3 are all on the road. 1 in Barrett, Minnesota, taking on the West Central Area Knights, and 1 in Wheaton, taking on the Border West. I don't remember. They were the Wheaton-Herman Norcross Warriors last year. I'm not sure what Border West is this year. I think they're the Buccaneers, if I remember correct. The girls' team is still Wheaton, whatever it is. But their boys' team switched to Border West, and I believe they're the Buccaneers. So whoever they are, they play them on the 28th. And then they go up to Frazee to take on the Hornets, a game that Barnesville won not long ago, 75-45 on Saturday, February 11th at Concordia College. They'll get them again in Frazee on March 2nd. And then we'll see them one more time here on Magnitude Sports on Friday, March 3rd, when they wrap up the regular season here at home against the East Grand Forks Green Wave. So we'll look forward to that one. And then, of course, March 2nd is the start of the girls Section 8 AA tournament. And we'll have complete coverage of the Barnesville Trojans and Perham Yellow Jackets in that Section 8 AA tournament. So if your team plays Perham or Barnesville in the Section 8 AA tournament, we'll have that game for you here on Magnitude Sports. And then, of course, the boys tournament starts about a week after that on March 9th, March 10th. Give or take a day right there in that one there. So, and then the girls bracket is expected to be released. We'll know who's playing who probably on Thursday, maybe Friday at the latest. And then the boys bracket about a week after that on the following Thursday, following Friday at the latest. And this one here could very well shake some things up. That's why they play the games. But we're not going to speculate on who's going to land where, because most of these teams have 3 games left to play. Some have 4. And those 3 to 4 games could certainly shape who lands where in the seeding. So once again, 15 teams in a 16-team tournament in the boys' side. 16 teams in a 16-team tournament on the girls' side. So that means whoever ends up getting the number 1 seed in the boys' bracket will likely get that first-round bye as the other 14 teams battle it out in the play-in round on, I believe it's March 11th. But I could be wrong on that, so don't quote me on that. But your final score one more time, 58-48 in the varsity game, and it was 52-42 in the junior varsity game. The girls game, Barnesville Trojans win 62-53 over Ada Borup Norman County West, and for the girls, Pelican Rapids, they win over Norman County East Ulen Hitterdal by the final score of 68-35. Whether you're cheering on the Vikings or the Trojans tonight, we thank you for tuning in tonight. My name is Mike Mason. The pleasure's been all mine. You have a great night. We'll talk to you again soon here on Magnitude Sports.
Seating has been a presentation of the Magnitude Sports Network. Don't forget to subscribe, click the bell, and visit our website and magnitudesn.com for a schedule of our upcoming broadcasts.